Hello guys, welcome to another video for our Java playlist. Guys, in this video we are going to create number conversion system in Java, and this system would convert any decimal number to any other number system that are available right now. So guys, without any further delay, let's get started and start coding our Java application. So guys, the question arises here that how can we convert the decimal numbers to other number systems? And let me tell you what are major ones here. One is the decimal numbers having base 10. The other one is hexadecimal numbers with base 16. The other one is octal numbers with base 8. And the other one is binary numbers having base 2. Okay, so in this part here, this video would be divided into 3 parts, and in this first part that we are watching right now, we will convert this decimal number into all these bases. Fine, hexadecimal, octal and binary numbers. And in the second video we will convert all the numbers to each other. Fine, but in the third part we will make an Android application that would do exactly the same things that we have done in these two parts, and but that video we will convert this application into Android application, and you can also share that application with your friends, and it's a very good project idea also. Fine, so first let us see how to convert, or how does this conversion takes place. Okay guys, now you can see that I have opened Paint here, and let me do some things here. Let me show you how we convert the numbers like that. Let me give like that. Fine, for example, there is a decimal number like 29682. Fine, this is a decimal number, and we want to convert this decimal number into hexadecimal number. For example, I'm just writing here hex for hexadecimal, and OC octal, OCT for octal, and for binaries I am using here BIN. Fine, so we want to convert this decimal number into all these three ones. So how can we do that? So to do that, what we have to do, we have to write here that number that we want to convert, and here is the let me change its color, and here would be the base that we want to convert into. So let me tell you again, how can we convert the numbers? If we want to convert this decimal number into another hexadecimal, octal or binary number, then we first put the number here like that, and the base, for example, if we want to convert this number into hexadecimal, we will write that base here, and we then start dividing that number. Fine, so let me remove all of the things here, and write here a number that will show you how to perform this kind of operation. For example, if I want to convert 289 to an octal number, and the base of the octal number is 8, so what we have to do, we have to write here the base 8 and start dividing it. Okay, fine, so 8 3s are 24, and 4 would be the remainder here, and it would be carried to this one, and 8 6 are 48, so the remainder here would be 1. Okay, fine, so again we have to divide this one by 8, and here 8 4s are 32, so the remainder here is 36 minus 32 is 4. So now we got a number. How to write that? We have to start from this one here, and we have to write in this manner, and let me show you how. First one is this, the second one is this, and the third one is this, 4 for 1, and it is a octal number. And to verify that it is an octal number or not, or our conversion is perfect, here we will open Google here, and our decimal number is 289. Our decimal number is 289, and we want to convert it to an octal, and now you can see that it's the 441. So our this system is working perfect, and now we have to make a logic to how to make this program in Java. So let's close this one. So let me write it here, the logic, and that logic is simple one. We will take number from user as a decimal number, and then we will take the base of the number to which we want to convert our decimal number. Fine. And after that we will just start dividing that number with base, and after that we will just collect the remainders from every division and print them. Okay guys, this would be our logic here, and let's first thing first create some variables. First one is this scanner object. Input is equals to new scanner system dot in, and after that I have created some string variables like decimal number, and the other one is base, and the other one is remainder. Okay, fine. So let me sort it here. First enter your decimal number. Decimal number dot is equals to input dot next line, and for base I'm using here input dot next line. Fine. And I'm again sorting here, enter base to convert into. Fine. Okay, so now you can see that we have taken inputs from the user. Another variable I'm going to create, that one is boolean flag, and I'm setting that one to true. Okay, fine. And here I'm going to create a while loop, while flag, that means this is an infinite loop until we reach a specific condition. And let me tell you what I am going to do here. I'm going to divide this decimal number with this base. Guys, I have made a mistake here, and that mistake is, let me tell you that these variables should have to be an integer, and we will use here next int. Okay, like that, and another here next int. Fine. So now I think everything is perfect, and let me tell you why I have used while here. The purpose I have used while is simple, that we will divide this decimal number with this base here until we got remainder less than this base. Fine. So when we got that condition, we will turn that flag to false, and this while loop will terminate. Fine. So let's do the same here. So while flag, that means this loop would work. Let me tell you in a comment that when we divide, for example, decimal divided by this base, it would give us a value. For example, if I write here about 10 divided by 3, it will give us 10. It will give us 3. Fine. But if I use like this one here, then it would give, if I do the same like that, it would give me 1. So to get the remainders, we will use here modulo operator, and to get this one here about whole number, we will use this division sign. Fine. So what we have to do, we will use create another integer here whose name should be number. So now let us use the remainder here. Remainder, how to get the remainder? To get the remainder, we had seen we will use this one here. Fine. So let's use here decimal number, ampersand sign, and the base here. Fine. And the semicolon here. So we got a number error here, and that error is we have provided integer but the required type is string, because the remainder is of data type string, and this would return an integer. So to deal with this one, we will use here for string dot value of function. So this operation would return an integer, and we want to convert that to decimal, so to string. And after that, what we have to do, we will use here our decimal number. Decimal number is equals to decimal number divided by this base here. Fine. And if you have watched our previous videos, then you would have an idea that this expression is Compoundvn. It's exactly the same one as the previous one that we have written here, decimal number divided by base. Fine. So now we got an idea that we have got this remainder, okay, and also we got this division here. Fine. So every time this loop would run, the same process would be repeated again and again, and this one also. Fine. So but there is a limit. We want that right here, if decimal number becomes smaller than the base, then what we have to do, we will set the flag is equals to false, and we will just use the south statement here, and we will use octal number is remainder. Okay, so it is giving us an error here. Remainder might not have been initialized, and yes, it's had not been, so we will just use that. Okay, fine. So let me run it and tell you that there would be a lot of errors we have to resolve for this program. Enter your decimal number. I'm entering here, for example, 39988. Okay, and our base is octal here, and your octal number is 1. So if my number is 388 and I want to convert it into octal, so what we have to do, first I would divide this with 8, so its answer would be about 4 8s 8 4s are 32, 6, and 8 8s are 64. So first our division would be 48. Okay, fine, and its remainder should have to be 4. So what we have to do, I think we have to add here plus sign. You know why? Because every time this loop start looping, it would give us a remainder, and that remainder would be put into this string here, and after that, every time this division happens, it would check that if that is smaller than this base here. Fine. So let us give it a try again and print it, run it, sorry, and after that I will explain all the things. So our decimal number is 388 and our base is 8. So here octal number is 40, and let me open Chrome here, and you can see that it's the 604. Yeah, we have now seen that our number system is working fine, but there's a problem here. if that number is smaller than base, then what we have to do, let me open paint to tell you again. For example, if we want to divide 388 by 8, then what we have to do, we have to divide all of the numbers here, like 4 8s are 32 and 6 was the remainder, and 4 8s are 64 and the remainder is 4 here. Fine. But when we divide 48 divided by 8, we got here for, I hope so, 6 48 and the remainder here is 0. What we have to do, we have noted down these numbers here, and if that number here, or what is that variable name here, with that variable name is decimal number, that variable name is decimal number here. So if that number, we have applied a condition, is smaller than the base here, we have to add this one here. Fine. So how to do that? We will make a condition here that if this decimal number is smaller than base, we will use that remainder plus is equals to this decimal number, and let's run it, and I hope so it would work fine. So our decimal number is 388 again, and base is 8, so we got 406 instead of 604. So our results would have to be 604. Fine. The answer is here 406, and let me tell you how to fix that and what's causing that. I created this remainder string, an empty string, and what I have done here is that whenever we got a remainder, we will append that into this one. Fine. So our first remainder was 4, and the other one was 0, and the other one was 6. So that's the reason we are getting this kind of notation. And if I add here, just to show you that what's happening here, let me run it again, and this time 388 and the 8, and you would see that our octal number is 4,0,6. So that's not our number, and this is showing us that we have to reverse this here, like in this diagram you can see that when we have written number, we have to go in this direction. So how can we do that? To do that, just a while, and let me show you here. For that, we will use here a built-in Java function, and let me tell you what is that function. That function is named as StringBuffer, and let me call it buffer is equals to new StringBuffer, and in this buffer we will provide a string that we want to work on, and here is this remainder one, and let me just shout here remainder and buffer dot, and you would see a lot of methods here, and what I want to do, I want to reverse it, and let's see its results here. Okay, our number is 388, and here is the 8, and now you can see that our remainder is 604. Fine. So let me explain all the things here again, what's happening here. Here again we make a flag that it would run until this condition is met. Fine. And the condition here is simple, that if that decimal number is smaller than this base here, 8 right now, then we will just make the flag false and append that decimal number to our remainder. Fine. So after that, what we have to do, we will remove this one here. We created a string buffer. This is a class in Java, built-in class, and we created a variable by the name of buffer here, whose data type is string buffer. And exactly like we use scanner here, we use new here string buffer, and in between them we will provide the string we are going to work on. Fine. And after that, to check which methods we can use with this one, we will put a dot here and a lot of other methods, but we are interesting here in reverse here. Fine. So we got numbers here. If I'm going to convert any number into another base, like if I'm going to use here 2, then let's see what are the results in the Chrome here. Fine. So this is the decimal and I want to convert into binary. You would got that 11 0000 100. Fine. And let's see its result are 11 00 00 100. Wow, that's working fine. Okay, now we have seen that our program is working fine for number systems greater than 10, or simple words, or decimals. If we got 10, then we will replace that 10 with A. If we got 11, then we will got B. Replace 11 with B. That means that. And if we got 12, then we will replace that with C. And if we got 13, we will get D. Let me copy this, paste it here. If we got 14, then we will got E. And for 15, we will got F. Fine. We are going to limit ourselves to 16 number system or hexadecimal. So what we have to do, we will put an if condition here, that if base is equals to 16, then we will put another one. But if we have to use here if base is greater than which one, 10, then we will put this one, else we will use this one. So let me tell you why I have used this one, that if we got something base like 11 12 13 14 15 or 16, then we will execute this one. Else if that is smaller than, we can use here else if base smaller than 10, smaller than smaller than or equals to 10, we will use this one here. Fine. So let me copy this while loop here. Sorry, I have copied this while loop and paste it here. Okay, now what we have to do, we got all the things here. I'm commenting this one out, these two here. So I'm running it again, and let's see what are the results for base is greater than 10. Okay, our decimal number is I'm using here 3909, and our base here is 13, and you would see that we got 741041. And let me open paint here and show you something what I want to tell you. So guys, for example, we got this number and we want to divide it with 11, then we have to divide it like that, 33, 11 3s are 33, and the remainder is 6 here. We got 5 here, 55, and the remainder is 8. So it's perfectly dividing right now. We got 8 here, and here is the 0. Okay, so what's the another one? 11 3s are 33, and 2 got here, 11 2s are 22, and the remaining is 6 here. Okay, fine, that's the perfect one. 11 2s are 22, and the remainder is about 8 10 here. So the remainder is 10 here. Fine. So in our previous results, when we were converting decimal to octals or smaller than 10 bases, we got 1 digits only. But the problem here is that we are getting two digits in deviance greater than 10. Fine. So how can we differentiate that whether there was one digit here remainder or a two digit remainder? Fine. So to see that how we can do that, that's the reason I used here another condition here, and beside this one I'm going to add a comma here. Fine. So what does that do here? First, it will convert this integer into a string representation, and after that it will concatenate this comma with that one. Fine. And so let's see the results here. Okay, I'm entering here 3938 and the base is 11, and you got that 0 6 10 2. Fine. You can also see that 0 6 10 2. Fine. Okay, that's looking good here. And you guys have an idea that when we go 10 11 12 13 14 15, then we have to change them with a specific character. Fine. Let me make a condition here, and that one is simple, that remainder is equals to remainder dot replace, and we had seen that. Fine. And what is that one? If we got 10, we will replace that one with a. Okay, so now we have to replace, we have seen how to replace something from our this string. Let me paste it 6 times here, 5, and then the sixth one here. And if we got 11 12 13 14 15, for 15 this one, and D here, C here, B here. Fine. So if we got anything that you can say matches in our previous string, got 10 or this number, we will replace that one with this one. Fine. So let me run it again and show this one. Okay, our number is 3938 and the base is 11, and you would see that we got 0682. But there is another problem here. We also have to remove now these semicolons, these commas here, sorry. And we also know that how to do that. For that I'm using here remainder dot replace, the old one is this one, and I'm using this one. Fine. So that would work also, and I'm uncommenting this. So now I'm going to run it again, and we are hoping that this would work perfectly. Fine. So our number, I'm entering a big number here, 98, this one like that, and base is 16 here. Okay, I have to just a while, I don't have to show this one here remainder, and let us run it again, and our decimal number is a very big number like that. Oh, that's a very long number, so I have to enter a large number. Okay, and our base is 16 here, but let's check it out in the browser, copying it and paste it here, and our decimal number is base 16 or hexadecimal is 747F5F, and let us see the result. Oh wow, we got the same results. Okay, run it again. This time I'm using 6 base here. Sorry, first we have to enter a number like 77 like that, and the base is 5, and you got this one here. Oh, that's the problem here. We got another issue here, that we are removing all the tens here. Let's see how to remove that. Okay, we have to cut this from here, and I'm gonna put this here. Okay, so whenever the control goes out of this one, it won't modify the previous remainder. Fine. So let's run it and hope so that would work. I'm entering here 6787 and my base is 5 here, and let us run it, check it in the browser. Our decimal number is this one and our base is 5, and you can see that's 24122. Fine, so that's the amazing program that we had made in this video, and this is just the first part. And in this part, what we have done, we have just converted decimal numbers into other bases, and in our next video we will see how to convert these other basis number to other bases like hexadecimal to octal, or some other basis like that. Fine, so guys, enough for this video. We will be coming with another video. We will be uploading another video, and in that video we will be discussing about the topics that we had already talked to you, that we will be covering those topics in our next one. So stay tuned, and don't forget to like our videos, subscribe our channel, and share with your friends. Goodbye.